Hello. Make sure you guys can hear me. Hello. I'm trying to call up the fucking guys there. Should try to fucking wake up. But anyway, actually I saw this one Domino's girl, she's a delivery girl. Oh god, it's gonna lag out. Oh my god, it's gonna be one of those days. And she came in, she was a rather good looking woman, I mean. She's very pretty in that. Well, I promise she had so much fucking piercings on her. For a woman that looked, she was a good looking woman. She looked like she was in good shape in that, you know. You know, and she had a bunch of piercings on her and that. She had snake bites and all this fucking shit. I'm like, well, why do people get that stuff in that? You know, you're just ruining such a beautiful face. Getting all these, like getting ears pierced, I get it. Maybe a nose piercing, maybe like a industrial type piercing that. But like, when you're getting like, you know, like these fucking piercings that like cover up your face and shit, like there's so much of them that. It's like you're defeating the purpose of like beauty. And like I don't get why people do that. Like I don't get why people. I mean, she had like 3 or 4 piercings in her nose. She had like all like I think she had like 2 piercings, like the industrial stuff of that. Like the I'm allergic to stupid, I guess. Ha 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 ha. But like the biggest thing is, I was just like looking at her and I'm like, you look like the kind of girl I would actually want to get with, and that you're just very good looking now. She's, you know, look like she does a lot of leg exercise and that. Her legs are thick, her butt's thick and that, you know. She looked good. She had a pretty face and that, but all those damn things on her face, I'm just like, I just don't understand why you want to ruin something. Like your fucking face. Your face is the number one thing people look at. They shove a bunch of piercings in your face to make you look more attractive looking? No, it doesn't actually. It makes you look like, you know, like one of those heavy metal rocker people and that sit there all day and sniff cocaine and shit. That's basically what it looks like.
No one starts crying, okay?
I don't make up the rules, but it's just how people, you know, it's how you think of people. It's like, why would you want to think like that? Like well, it's just like It's funny that people go through these phases and that, and then they want to sit there and complain about it and that. It's like, why do you get into pop culture like that? Like, honestly, pop culture is so fucking stupid. It's like massively fucking poisonous. It is, like, a lot of stuff's just really poisoning that. And I don't got people can sit there and ruin their faces and that, like that.
I like it underground.
I have to try to be more beautiful. Let's say you don't know what beauty is. What is beauty? That's a question most people should ask, especially women. What is beauty? You're beautiful. You have to, if you want to change things about yourself, that's cool. You probably should if you think that it's good for you in a way. But everything that you should change is going to be good. So, like, our faces are our faces. Doesn't matter what kind of objects you put on your face. It's not going to change anything. Like, it doesn't change. You think it does because you'll look in the mirror and you yourself will think that. But it's not what you think necessarily when it comes down to beauty. But that's what other people think. You can think as you want. I think I'm beautiful. I think I'm very attractive looking. But other people might not think I am. So for that, you know, it just depends on the person. But there's a good way of, you know, there's a good way of, you know, looking. You know, especially if what kind of guy you want to get too. So like if you know, act a certain way and that, you get the guy that you act like. In a way, you know, I don't think people truly understand that. Like, the reason why I'm single is because I haven't found a woman that is close enough to me. You know, like some people just say, well, I'm just going to date anyone because, you know, this girl's, you know, got a big rack, or the girl's like, this guy's got a nice body and that. What the fuck's that to do with anything? Oh, I'll date because of affection, attention, and all this shit. It's like, yeah, a lot of people do that shit. A lot of people just really just date people for affection and attention. They don't even fucking like that damn person. Or they're scared of it because they like someone else. They have like their feelings and emotions attached to another man, another woman. No one likes to wait. So if you choose to date a guy or a woman that is basically a big lining of pieces of shit, don't complain about it. You said yes. Don't think that it's a manipulation, because people think that shit a lot. It's a manipulation. That's part of manipulating me. No one manipulates you. You manipulate yourself to like someone. Everyone manipulates themselves, because you want affection and attention. You look past affection and attention, and you're just like, everything else doesn't matter. Affection and attention. When I say you look past it, that you're not looking for the personality in that. You're just like, I just need someone. As long as they have a job and they make money in that, I'm okay with it. Literally, that's how some people act to that. You know, more or less likely because they don't work, or because they're struggling to make ends meet. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That, you know, I've been down that road before, you know. Hold on. thousands or something.
Some sort of prick. You're not this good.
Yeah, make sure my mic's not fucking muted. Sometimes I mute my mic, I don't even realize it. Yeah, I gotta do some stuff today. Oh, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday.
I think you'll find it snug and deadly.
Dude, fuck these little bitches. But yeah, it's always like the way people like do things now. Like there was this one girl that she was talking about women. Say women are more emotional, guys are more logical. It's not about emotional, logical. Yes, women are more emotional because they're bred that way. They're put into that context a lot. I know a lot of emotional guys that aren't logical at all. There's like pure emotion. And, you know, it's like I used to be one of them. I used to be like pure emotion about things that like why this, why that, you know, complain, bitch, and moan about shit. And not in the complaining. I would say, I guess complaining. Let me rephrase that. Complaining is not something with emotion. Complaining is something that bothers you that you can't control because you don't know the knowledge of it yet. So like when I complain about something, it's more or less likely, as of right now, I make fun of things. Complain about people at work, I like to make fun of them for how dumb or how ignorant they might be at that moment. So I like to call people out for stupid shit. Yeah, people are dumb. People are stupid as fuck. And as in stupid or dumb is they lack the knowledge. They choose not to learn specific things. You know, and like some people never want to sit there and be like, not blame themselves, but blame everybody else for problems that they have personally. That is what the issue actually is. A lot of people do that. They just like complain about random shit, and when they don't get it right, they want to bitch and moan, talk about someone else that doesn't do it, or whatever it might be. Dude, everyone's individual. There's no grouping of knowledge. There's people that will be smarter than you. There's people that are gonna know more than you because they went through it, or someone told them and they realized that it's true. You know, I can't really say everybody's going to be like that. Of course not. Most people aren't. Most people are ignorant and stupid, and they don't know how to look at life. Depends on how you know, what your culture is, you know. When you look at all the different cultures of the world, you know. Like, I look at county culture, country culture, and inner city culture. Well, they're all different. County culture is more neutral, more balanced than that. City culture is more, you know, ignorant and stupid because of what their culture is. And country culture can be ignorant and stupid too. But if you look at how ignorant and stupid they might be, is that country people are more or less likely to be more religious and more believing in God than city cultures. So city cultures don't want to believe in that stuff. They believe in, you know, gangsterism, or, you know, or say a side that believes in gangsterism and inner city, you know, stuff like that. They talk really ignorant. They have really ignorant ways of doing things. Not all of them, but it's a stereotypic type of like percent of people that have that kind of thing. And like, that's when people have to start recognizing it. That's why people move from different parts of the city, because some parts of it is a little bit more balanced. It's not such a fucking hassle. It's not a big old fucking war raging. People stealing shit all the damn time, or, you know, pulling out guns every 5 seconds to see who can go pew pew faster. You think with all this fucking entertainment that people are still worried about pew pewing each other. I don't understand that. You have all this technology now. You get free fucking phones and shit. You get free half the shit if you just victimize yourself enough. Those shits for free. I joke, if you victimize yourself enough, throw out enough emotions, you get shit for free. It's just how it is. You know, complaining and bitching and moaning is kind of the best way to get what you want until someone steps up and says no. Which most people do, you know. Most people, you know, say it in a way it's nice. Like, no, you gotta work for it, you know. Although do that dickhead way with those lower down your hours and that. But sometimes it goes both ways. Like, you know, I lost a lot of hours from my job and that because the old GM didn't like me. She got mad at me because I was making fun of her husband and that. But the truth is, her husband, so-called husband, wasn't a good person. He was kind of a deadbeat fucking loser. And she still, like, loves this dude and that, and gives this dedication to a person that literally is, I would say, an abomination of a man. You know, abomination means weird, you know, uncool, different, you know. And the kids don't even respect him. And this is coming from another man that's close to his fucking age. You know, and whatever excuses people want to make. Oh, you're not married and all that stuff. I don't need to be married to understand relationships. Whee! You know, like a lot of people don't understand that. That tendency want to make up, you know, not with the pretty small excuses. Most people would just eventually just learn, like, yeah, I know it's my fault, you know. Some people take a little longer than that because, you know, stubbornness seems to be stubbornness, ego, or, you know, mostly ego. And stubbornness don't go hand in hand. Can't say like pride, because pride is to, you know, fix the problems that you have. And become the absolute. Saying that, yeah, I don't have problems, so to speak. You know, it's like a dream that I know I have problems. I know I have issues. There's a girl outside that's walking by. Yeah, they get a couple of them from now and again. They're funny because they know who I am because they see me walking, or they see me, you know. I don't have my window open now when I'm doing my meditations and that. Anyway, you start to see it more. Like, why don't you just give in to what a person's saying? Because most people actually do care without caring. They'll give you information based upon certain things and that. So, like, I think people have to really understand that. You know, not everyone's a fucking piece of shit person to sit there and be like, and say, you know, that only they matter. No, most people are, you look myself in that, like, I don't despise people. I love people. I just don't like how people act. acting's two different things. You're trying to be something that you're not. The initial successful thing with most people, sometimes people act their whole entire life and they're never satisfied with themselves. And people aren't satisfied with themselves, they sit there and they make up excuses. And I've seen people flat out getting fights over it, like saying, I'm not wrong, you're wrong, and they do like this kitty ass shit. It's like, dude, just realize that you're wrong, what the fuck? They play the blame game where they want to blame something else on someone else, or saying, well, you got problems. I know I got problems. I'm talking about you. I see problems in that, and I want to look at it and identify it so you understand that you can learn. That's all it is. You know, it's like learn how to tie your shoe. If you just think you know how to tie your shoe, what it is, you believe that you already know something that you don't know. It's a very simple, explanation, because, I used to be like this when I was younger. I used to think that I'm super fucking important in that. And in fact, I am, everyone's important. What our importance might be, it's just different for everybody else. Some people might be more important because their lifestyle might be that way, to where they have to be in charge because they're a company owner, or their parents own companies, and blah blah blah. Oh man. But not everyone's gonna think like that because they don't know. I mean, if you're born in a household that your dad is, a bodybuilder or some type of, high class person that has a lot of power, more or less likely you're gonna have a lot of power. You become who you see and who you watch. So like I watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z and that. I love Dragon Ball Z. I love martial arts and that, so I train in martial arts.
No one starts crying, okay?
The funny thing is that some people don't live that lifestyle. Some people live a lifestyle where they don't actually have parents. So they end up following a bunch of people that are literally just a bunch of morons to begin with. So they don't even know how good it is. That's why it's good to be good parents. If you have kids, stay with the damn person. If you're a woman that you're trying to do this whole feminist thing and that, and try to be empowerment, it doesn't work because you end up going back to a man anyway. You just start rampaging. You're acting like a little fucking kid. You're trampling your feet. You're like, women power, we're not equal in that. Patriarchy's always been bad and that, and people say that stuff and that, but the thing is, it's never been a patriarchy. We just state that because men build everything. Men are the ones that go to war. Unless you want to change it over, become Amazonian-based women, which is basically what these feminists, they do. But Amazonians treat their men fucking glorious. They treat them, they never treat them second. they treat them like golden because they fight for them. That's the thing is, men fight for women so women can live comfortably. That's why men should start working at 18. That's why women go to college till they're fucking 35 and they do nothing with their life. They go to college, they spend a bunch of money. Who's paying for your college loan? Most likely a man is. So it's like, and people get upset with that. And they want to argue with that. It's like, well, until you prove me otherwise, that's how it is. Doesn't matter what you say. It's just how it is. And when you say that, people get offended by it and that. It's like, I don't know what to say. It's not an ego trip. You always want to complain about something. It's like when men want to date younger men, I mean younger women than that. You know, they want to sit there and, you know, get upset about it and that. But when a woman dates a younger man, we don't care. We don't. I don't give a shit. But the thing is, most younger men don't go out with older women. They truly don't. I mean, I would. It's like I'm not gonna date a 60-year-old fucking woman. Why? I can't do nothing with her. I mean, when I was 18, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna date a MILF that's 35 with huge titties and all that stuff. Like, yeah, of course you think about like that. It's just how. But now, you know, fuck, I see girls that are, you know, I see a lot of gorgeous women because I have such a big age gap now. You know, I mean, I'm fucking 33, so 10 years is 23. Most women in their 20s are normally pretty damn good looking. You know, they're very in good shape in that. But once a girl starts hitting a certain age, especially if they already have kids or they never, you know, they've been divorced and that, they, you know, they're tarnished. Before people start exploding with bullshit, it means that your soul has been, I would call, lightly dusted over with pain. You're not as pure anymore because you've already been through stuff. See, that's the problem is men are supposed to be tarnished creatures. We're supposed to be tarnished. We're supposed to have torments on us because we can handle it. We're supposed to be rough and tough, be able to take a fucking punch. You know, that's the whole point. But we don't want our women to be like that. That's why men should be strong. That's why men should lift weights. All these pussy-ass men out there that don't lift weights, they don't do anything but sit there and cry about shit. And here's what it is. You're doing it because you believe what other women tell you to say. Be emotional, be this, be that. No, be logical and push against it because women love it. I don't know why women don't tell men the secret of being with them. They tend to lie about it a lot. And they say things like, oh, you know, you gotta open a door for me. But then again, if you say, well, you gotta make me a sandwich, they get offensive. So what do you mean? I open the door for you, at least you gotta make me a damn sandwich. What's wrong with that? You know, it's like, it was this one guy. This one guy he played Falcon off of Civil War, Marvel Civil War, as the Falcon guy. He went on a show and that, dude, he's talking about, you know, men and that. And the woman's like, oh yeah, you know, I'll do some trade. He's just like, yeah, women aren't traditional anymore. They don't want to be traditional. They want to, you know, be so damn masculine and that. It's like, you're not built to be masculine. That's why you're having problems. You're not built to be masculine. You're biologically not supposed to be masculine. Like, to take masculine traits is okay, but when you're trying to be a man when you're a woman, it doesn't work out. It fucks with you. Yeah, some women are more masculine than other women. Some women are very feminine. You know, they're very, like, you know, giggly and, you know, the giggly, dramatic people. But the funny thing is, most of the times when women are more dramatic and more giggly and act feminine, normally they're like the most attractive looking women. They're very attractive looking. They're very, you know, nice to talk to and that. You know, they're not so, you know, you know, barbarian like, and some people think that's hot. I'm like, I say a tom. If I say, yeah, I want a girl to be kind of like a tomboy, I just want a girl to be dorky. I don't want a girl to be, super feminine, but yeah, feminine enough to be noticeable. Like, you want to look good, wear clothes, show off your tits. Yeah. As long as you do it for me, and if any other man looks at it, then obviously I wouldn't care, because to me it doesn't matter. That's the one thing men love to get upset about. I don't want other men looking at my woman. Deal with it. It's a proven point that your woman's attractive looking. If you're walking around, your girl looks fine as fuck. Just because she dresses that way, she ain't dressing that way for anybody else. If she is, then break up with her. She's going there and footing around with dudes and that, and you're not responding to it, then guess what? Break up with her. But if she's doing it, she's clean on to you, and that she knows that you are a good man, first other women will notice it. Other women will attract to you as other men will. That's how it normally works. And like, I don't think people really get that. When you get looked at and you're in a relationship, you're supposed to, because people attract the people that they have someone with. So say, like, if I see a guy with a girl and I know the guy is not worthy to be with that woman, I will attract to that woman and try to pull her away. If it is just a little bit, I will try. I talk to her differently. I'll be more responsive to the situation, that because she already knows what she's in. But when another guy that is better sees that he has more quality than that man, they're going to attach themselves to it. That's from a man's perspective. A woman's perspective might be a little bit more different. It's what I've noticed, women can be very guard over their emotions. Emotions could be anything. It's like your own fantasy world. Logic is literally you see what you see, and that's it. So when some people want to sit there and be, super direct, and the man's direct, some men don't like being direct. I learned this from my own personal experiences, and I listen to other men talk about it, and honestly, it all becomes true. To multiple men that say the same thing. And I get it. Some people think it's scary and shit, they'll think really awkward about that. They're like, well, I'm scared to do it this way. That's like, dude. Fear is the reason why most guys get in shitty ass relationships to begin with. And that's the truth is, I learned this stuff a lot, and honestly, it works. I barely exercise in that. I'm starting to build more muscle now. I'm starting to slightly get skinnier and shit. I'm starting to notice certain things a bit differently now. Now, the truth is, it works. More women are attracted to me than they ever been. And it's not because nothing's really changed that much. I gained like a little bit of mass in my shoulders and that, a little bit of back muscle and that. Honestly, I've always had looks, so I never really met about that. It's not even about me getting the muscle and that. It's just masculinity overall has been heightened through my maturity and through how I talk and that, through how I look and that, and like it's starting to happen that women are starting to notice it. And when one woman notices it, it's like an echo thing. All women notice. It's like a mate call. When a man throws out a huge masculine mate call, all women all over the world are going to notice it, especially if they do hear it, which is saying, you know, I'm single, I'm ready, you know, basically reproduce. I'm in a reproducive stance, and women crave that. Fuck what any woman says. It was, oh, I don't crave that. Yeah, bullshit. That man comes around, you want it. You know, when a woman really wants a man, it's the driving force of it's fucking huge. You'll stalk him, you'll get close to him, even though he's not close to you. You'll walk by his house multiple times. You'll look at him. You'll try to do specific things, grab their attention in that. And the biggest thing is, once you ignore it, you know, it drives the person closer because they're trying to be like, oh, he does look at me means he likes me. Yeah. When you look at a woman and you check them out, the woman automatically knows. Just like with men, I know when a woman's attracted to me when they just fucking look at me. I don't need to sit there and talk to them at all. Because that's what attraction is. It's like your favorite piece of, you know, candy, for what I say. What your favorite food is. You attract to that because it tastes good. You know it tastes good. You can taste it in your mouth just by thinking about it. You know, that's where all this stuff comes from. And for a lot of people, especially young men, they don't understand that. Because what I always say this, you know, women are trained for when they're kids. They're trained when they're younger now. They know it. You know, they're talking about boys before they're even fucking, like, in high school. Men don't talk about girls that much. They're scared of women. Oh my god, cooties and that. I remember they're far behind. They're like a decade behind. Women at, you know, in like first grade, kindergarten and shit, they gather up, they talk about boys, they talk about what guys they like and that. Men don't do that. If they did, then they already know. They would figure it out. That's what I'm saying, you know. Yeah. Men talk about Pokemon and talk about video games and shit. Women are already getting mature. Those fucking crawlers though. That's why it's up to the fathers and that, but most times, like I said, most boys don't give a shit. You know, when you watch any type of girly stuff and that, it's always talking like about men, talking about how men are, how to treat a man, how to do this with the man, that. People are bred that way. Like, they're literally bred in that way. It really matters what anybody says, that's just how it is.
I love Zelene.
Yeah, people say a lot of stuff from that, but yeah, it's just how you are. You know, if guys did that stuff and that, some guys do. Some guys will inherently want to get closer to women when they're younger, and then them are the guys that first to get girls pregnant. They're the guys that first become very responsive to women and that. Them are the cool kids at school. I'm not joking, them are the cool kids at school. They're the ones that first respond to women. They're really good guys that get in good shape fast. They understand what women want, and that's why they do it. You get guys like me that lag behind because I never seen it when I was younger. I was too busy worried about playing video games and tell you so. Watching cartoons and shit. What's up, Connor? That's good, bro.
Careful! Silent! Voila!
Just woke up about an hour ago, maybe.
Body things. Not that it will matter. You'll still
Tried to do some exercises and that. I did a little bit, but I couldn't do anymore. My body's just fucking.
dragging this
It's super fucking weak today. I can barely fucking pick up a damn weight half the time. Tired. Gonna be nothing but eating today.
Got the weapon here!
I don't know what I want though.
Wave 19.
Ammo here!
Go away.
Careful! We've got to stop. Okay, let's round the beat. Looks like I'm on fire.
Cheers that ledge.
Good, knock the little in. Another one.
There's that ledge. Cool.
Fix, fix, fix. Looks like I'm on fire. Take that monster. Voila. I'll show you how it's done. No one starts crying, okay?
Oh, what the fuck was I talking about? I always seem to bring up the same damn thing. They always bring up like human anatomy and all that stuff and that. I think it's really important for people to actually really understand. Because like we're having so many problems with females and males and that you know the masculinity of females is rising and that, and the feminine males are starting to come up, and it's just like we got pushed back as males.
Fix me up.
Because the honest truth is, I've been hearing a lot. The reason why these things are happening because simping, first of all. Men that simp. And what I understand when I listen to people that are very, you know, alpha or stigma-like males, they're just, you know, masculine males. They say the same thing. It's like, internet made it easy for these beta males to get what they want by throwing money. So they got rich. They all got made a good amount of money in that through whatever they do in that. And they're throwing money all over the place. And it's bringing women in to the category of getting a lot of attention and affection, through which is, you know, through sexualization, you know, posting stuff from that age. I listen to so many, like, I watch some yoga stuff and that, you know, they're gorgeous women, that they're very sexy, and I read the comments sometimes. And the stuff that they say is, it's just like, how do you learn how to talk like that, first of all? Like, I'm understanding, like, you might be a little cringy at first, like, oh man, she's so beautiful and that. It's like you never, you know, if you never touched a woman before, maybe you should learn that. Maybe you should, you know, touch a woman, you know, or, you know, get a girlfriend or do something. Maybe she's fugly as fuck. She's not a good looking woman, then, you know.
Can't see the bed.
Electricity has great potential for serious crimes. Do I look concerned? Come, my Edars! Attack! Surely I can improvise around this. Edars!
Oh god.
Please do away. You can't see me, but I
Sorry, bitch.
Task me. Dare you task me?
Get fucked.
Chase you hubris in the flames before I give you up.
Oh, I gotta take another dump. But yeah, that's why, you know, some channels like get so denounced. Like my channel gets denounced a lot, you know. I'm always on, I'm always streaming. But most algorithms don't pull in people. They normally never do because it's like, oh, you play a game in that when they start listening to me, and they're like, oh, you talk about biblical stuff. Oh, you talk about, you know, masculinity. That people are afraid of a lot of things. They're afraid of, you know, God, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, and masculinity. And one of the things people are normally afraid of, they want to step away from that. It's like, but this is how people should be. It's like if you ever think about war, we're in a war right now. We're in a cultural war where people are fighting against men again. Like men constantly have to fight. We constantly have to fight for what is right. And people that are right fight. People that are good fight. We have to fight. We have to keep pushing back. Even simple thing of saying, you know, and honestly, yes, women are fighting too, but not, you know, not all of them are doing it. Mostly males are doing it. If women do it, it's because, you know, they believe in God and that they see that there's a problem. Oh man. But it's like, it's just, you know, it's a dominating fact that we have to work together. And it's hard to work together when women, some women that, at least that I've noticed, that I see, especially that I work with, and that they're single moms and that they're not favorable. Like, they're just, some are just fucking just so stupid. Like the way they act and that, it's like, how do you act like a little kid? Like, you haven't grown up past fucking 15. You still act like you're 15 and you're 40. Like, you're literally double, if not almost triple the age of a 15-year-old or whatever. And you still act like a 15-year-old. So, prime example, it doesn't matter how old you are. It just matters how wise you are. If you can learn, the faster you learn, the better off it is. If your brain function's that fucking low because you do a lot of drugs and shit, then maybe you shouldn't do drugs. Maybe drugs aren't meant for you. Stop screaming, bitch! The fuck off me, dirty ass whore! Stop fighting too. Oh my god, are these fucking heavy mates so annoying this? I'm dead. God, that lag was horrible. Fucking the whole screen was freezing up, it looked like. Yeah, you can join me, hold on. No, you're good.
Absolutely laughable. And it just shows exactly what good in life. Being with somebody, loving somebody, getting together, becoming a family together. Her message went completely in the direction she didn't want it to go. Margot Robbie was perfect as Barbie. She's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful woman who's very talented when it comes to acting. She nailed the role. It was brilliant and perfectly made for her. Ryan Gosling, the star of the show, by far stole every single scene that he was in, and he was in plenty. And if they go off and do a Ken movie, that could be one of the funniest things that we've seen in a long, long time in Hollywood, believe it or not. Will Ferrell was in it as the CEO of Mattel, and he was great. It felt like he was ad-libbing every single solitary one of his lines. And if he was, they were all zingers, because every time that he was on the screen, it was just hilarious, and you were just laughing along with him. Other than that, you had Kate McKinnon playing the weird Barbie, although there was another weird Barbie with a slightly deeper voice, but we won't go into that because YouTube doesn't like us to. And they were just, but it just kind of fit Kate McKinnon because she's just a weirdo anyway. But the The acting was fine. The performances were fine for the most part. And there was plenty of jokes and yucks along the way, whether they were intentional or non-intentional. And I think there were plenty of times that Greta Gerwig was hoping that we were going to frown at Ken and Ken's desire to bring the patriarchy to Barbie Land film type of place. But it ended up with us laughing with Ken, with us supporting Ken, with us wanting Ken to succeed, with us empathizing with Ken. Oh dear me, Greta, no wonder you're trying to cover your ass with these faces here, because I think you really wanted to produce something that woke Hollywood would turn around and go, so stunning and brave. When ultimately you showed exactly how stupid and ridiculous intersectional feminism truly is, and you just ended up making an unintentionally based as fuck film. I thought it was alright. I did. What are you gonna do about that, chat? I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.
I like that Barbie review. It's pretty cool.
How much money do you think a guy should make per year? It'd be nice if they were at least making 100,000. $1 million? 300K. Like 500 grand? A lot more expensive. Yeah. Mills. And then 6 figures, no matter what the situation is. We have an expensive lifestyle. Yeah. This is the lowest you would go. 500,000.
Jesus
100,000
Christ.
a year. $500,000? Like,
They haven't even seen that much money in their lives, but they're demanding that just because they exist.
300,000? $500,000? Ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
How much do you have to earn?
8 figures.
8. 7 figures is a millionaire. Do you think you gotta make at least 10 million for you?
Yeah, I want a billionaire. There are actually women who are now calling men predators if they want to date a woman from a different country. Other cultures, a lot of women are more submissive. Yeah, they're furby.
Men are traveling overseas to countries that have less money and less education. It's because they want a woman who is dependent on foreign.
Oh, because
Yeah.
Of course.
Man, you gotta make over $100,000 to $500,000. I don't even know moves. I don't even know a lot of men that make over $100,000.
So entitled, like in the West, it's not the women's fault. It's the man's fault because they are trash, because they are pervy. Of course, if you don't like me as I am, with entitlement, with standards so high that nobody can touch, with nose rings, with full of tattoos, if you don't like me exactly as I am, it's your fault because you're a perv, you're a misogynist.
And this whole thing is so offensive and ignorant because basically what they're saying is that if a woman is not from the U.S. and she's not woke, then she is uneducated, she doesn't have opinions of her own, and she can't be outspoken, and that's why men go for her. So the Western women think they are superior because they are empowered and awake, right? The women from other countries who are educated and can be just as outspoken and have opinions and actually can still look normal, which a lot of people here in the U.S. seem to struggle with.
If you could say one thing to your ex, what would it be?
You have fun pissing in your bed.
I'd say hello. I hope you are doing well, and I hope your family's doing well, and I'm happy for whatever's going your way.
To my ex. Fuck that nigga. I'm saying. Fuck that nigga. Fuck both of them. Suck a
I appreciate you. Thank you for everything.
Can you see the difference between men and women? But men are trash. Oh,
So So basically, what it's saying is they're like, here's manosphere. So basically, people are doing interviews. They're talking to women. Like, what did you say to your ex? Men will always be more pessimistic. They'll be like logical. They'll be more or less emotional. They'll say, "Oh, how you doing? How's your family doing?" No, because I've known you my whole entire life. We dated for 5 years. I'm not gonna be a dick towards you because we broke up. The woman's always like, "Man, fuck that person. Fuck that dude. I need a better man." Blah, blah. Not all women are like this, by the way. These are only ones that interview like in the really crappiest parts of the world, like California and New York and shit.
I like it underground. Oh, love my guns. Oh,
Oh, fuck this kid, lad.
reloading.
Nerd.
Got you, monster.
I'm actually hearing what women say about guys, and I can remember what guys say about women. I wouldn't be so nice. If I know of a woman that was having issues and that, I would, like, if she broke up with me after 5 or 6 years of dating, I'd be nice, but yeah, I wonder how she's doing now, but I don't give a fuck. I'll be nice, but I'm like, yeah, you're a bitch. You broke up with me after 5 years because of something stupid. Now you don't. It's happened before with me, this one girl, her name was, her name was Mary. You know, she lived down the street, like down, I would say probably about 5 minutes away from me.
That's only the beginning.
She liked me a lot, that. But
I like the doctor.
she wanted a man that had more survival. So, you know, she was looking for a guy that's more beefier, more stuff like that. She just, we were young, fucked her. I was 19, she was 18 years old. Or I was like 20-something, she was like 19. And she was expecting all this stuff and that. But she would come over and make out with me. She'd come over and make out with me and that, you know, I cut with her, watch TV together, and we play around that. Like, when I asked her out, she said, you know, she's like, "Oh, sorry," and that is just like, I don't want to date you. I'm like, you don't want to date me? I'm like, well, why the fuck do you come over and hang out with me and basically put around with me and make out with me and she didn't want to date me? You know, we were young. And, you know, it was right before she left that I asked her out and that. And like, not even like a couple months later, I saw her up at the mall and that. I said, "Well, how's that guy do that you were doing stuff with and that?" "Oh, he got me pregnant and all that stuff and that. We stopped talking." And she ended up having like a miscarriage or some shit like that. I just laughed right in her face. I'm like, "Well, haha, I told you so. I don't know why you didn't date me." All because this guy was skinnier. He had an ugly ass face. He was actually not that attractive looking in the face, but he worked out and that. He was skinny. He was a wrestler. That he was skinny. He had a six pack and all that shit. Blah blah blah. I was like, he's like, "Well, that's just being me." No, it's not being me. Fuck that bitch. It was karma for her. Well, it was not meant to be anyway. She went for like a potential wannabe man. You know, instead of just going through experiences with me. She didn't want to. Dude, stop fucking lagging. Where'd that grenade go? We invisible bitches are gonna pop out of this damn hole.
I've got crazy skills.
Okay, let me finish this boss wave,
My boots, your face.
and then I'll start the group.
There. On you go.
And that's most of the way.
Okay, so make sure my mic. Yeah, I hear you.
I can't see.
Go to the pod. Buy things. Not that it will matter.
Yeah, I'll finish this boss wave. I'm gonna get to wave 5 so I can get the experience, get to level 20.
Is an accomplishment. Like you.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and exit out. Fuck it. No, it's all good. Okay. Okay, he's prestige. Nice. Okay, they... Yeah, it just fucking lagged out. That game just lagged out. That shit's just frozen up. This stream's probably gonna end up ending. Because the shit's lagged out. Ah, wait a minute. Yeah, I think my shit's like that. I've had to reset my fucking game.